Today, we're going to be walking through whether a person with $1 million saved at age 60 should claim Social Security at 62, and the issues they need to consider in order to make that decision. These are the exact scenarios we see day in and day out at our financial planning firm, and the process I'm going to take you through today is the same one we have used to help hundreds of clients optimize their Social Security timing. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Julia, Certified Financial Planner. The truth is, when it comes to Social Security, there is a lot of misinformation out there on the internet that causes people to take Social Security at the wrong time. But that is precisely what I'm going to help you with today. I am not only going to walk through whether someone age 60 with 1 million saved should claim Social Security at 62, but I will walk through the exact thought process so that you can apply it to your own situation to analyze when you should be taking Social Security. With that being said, let me introduce you to Kathy Smith, a hypothetical 60-year-old Colorado resident. She just retired last month. Before we can determine if she should take Social Security at 62, we need to establish a baseline or a foundation of information on Kathy so that we can test it against different scenarios. A bear market upon retirement, a long lifespan, long-term care costs. Here is a basic overview of her investable assets. This does not include her home or other tangible assets, just her liquid investable assets. And that's because in retirement, your liquid assets are what actually drives your cash flow. Okay, so she has a high-yield savings account worth $81,000 and an after-tax brokerage account worth $195,000. Her largest account is her traditional or pre-tax IRA, which is worth $520,000. She also has a Roth IRA worth $205,000. This brings her investable assets to $1 million. Now we're going to move to our flagship software, eMoney, to show you exactly how we would analyze Kathy's situation. Here's her baseline. Kathy is 60, and we're using a life expectancy of 95 years old. She's single and has no kids, and therefore no legacy goals. The fact that she doesn't wish to leave anyone money makes retiring earlier so much easier. Her goal is to be able to maintain her lifestyle at $63,000 per year or just over $5,200 per month. This figure does include her mortgage, which is in a different section under expenses and taxes, which I'll show you in just a minute, but it's just under $12,500 per year. Under net worth, we can see her liquid investable assets that we reviewed earlier, as well as the value of her home at $500,000 and her mortgage at $40,000. This brings her total net worth to nearly $1.5 million. Remember, Kathy just retired last month, so she still has earned income this year, which is also $40,000. Below, we have her full retirement age or her age 67 Social Security benefit. I want to use this as a baseline so that I can test it against 4 different ages: 62, 65, 69 and 1 month, and 70. Under expenses and taxes, we see that everything but her mortgage costs $50,000 net per year in today's dollars between now and her advanced age or age 85. Recognizing an advanced age reduced spend is very important because there comes a point where you just can't do what you were doing when you first retired. This is typically around age 80 to 85 years old, and this is otherwise known as your no-go years. This is where expenses will typically reduce to 70 to 80% of your early retirement spend, which for her is $40,000 in today's dollars. However, the software will inflate these expenses at 3.5% per year. We account for her mortgage separately here because it's only for a specific time frame and the amount does not increase with inflation unless you have a specific type of variable loan, which she doesn't. Their annual mortgage payment is $12,444 per year, and this will actually be paid off in 4 years, so the software will drop the expense at that time. This software also accounts for federal and state tax in Colorado. Under savings and contributions, there are none because she just retired, right? She's going from her accumulation or saving years to her withdrawal or spending years. Insurance goes under the protection tab, but Kathy doesn't have any life or long-term care insurance. Okay, we're going to run several Monte Carlo analysis to determine the ideal time for Kathy to pull Social Security benefits. A Monte Carlo analysis is the best way to test the success of a financial plan. Simply put, the computer takes 1,000 different stock market scenarios between now and Kathy's life expectancy. A third of the scenarios use above average stock market performance, a third use average market performance, and the final third uses below average performance. The computer then takes her baseline of information, everything we just input into the system, and runs it against all 1,000 of these stock market outcomes, giving us a percentage of likelihood that she will make it to her life expectancy without running out of money. We're looking for a score of 85% or higher. But before we run this analysis, we need to do two things. First, we need to run a Social Security maximization report, and second, we need an analysis on her current investments to see what she stands to lose in a major bear market. Because I'm going to use that scenario as a stress test to run in the Monte Carlo analysis. Okay, let's start with the Social Security maximization report. On this page, we can see her age of 60 and her average life expectancy, which when you're 60 years old as a female is 83 and 8 months. Do keep in mind that as she ages, her life expectancy will increase. For instance, a woman age 65 has a life expectancy of 85 years old. Down near the bottom here, we can see that her primary insurance amount, or the amount that she's entitled to at her full retirement age of 67, penalty-free is $3,100 per month. Here we can see that she can get the most money from the Social Security system between now and age 83 and 8 months by taking her benefit at age 69 and 1 month for $3,617 per month. Remember, your Social Security benefit increases each month, not just each year. So 9 times out of 10, this report will actually show an age in some odd months as ideal. Down here, we can see how much she would lose in the red if she takes Social Security at 62 versus full retirement age versus age 70. On this chart, we can see what her break-even ages are. The yellow line represents her benefits if she starts at age 62. The red is if she waits until full retirement age or age 67. The green line represents the recommendation of 69 years old in 1 month, and the blue represents her benefits if she waited until age 70. We can see here that the break-even age between taking it at 62 and 70 is roughly 80 years old. So if she lives past 80, she should have delayed her benefit to its max at age 70. The break-even age between her pulling benefits at age 62 versus age 67 is roughly 78 years old, and the break-even age between pulling benefits at 67 versus 70 is roughly 83 years old. Okay, so now we know what that report says. Now let's head over to our portfolio analysis software, Riskalyze. This software quantifies how much risk a client is taking so that we can see how vulnerable they are to the sequence of returns risk, which I explained in my bucketing video. I'll put a link to that video below. Essentially, we need to make sure that Kathy can withstand a major bear market at the beginning of her retirement so that she doesn't run out of money in her 80s. Riskalyze scores portfolios from 1 to 100, 1 being cash, CDs, fixed annuities, basically investments that can't lose value. The S&P 500 scores a 73, and Bitcoin or a very volatile individual stock would score 100. We have already bucketed Kathy's money, so we know that she can pull from her fixed assets for her first 5 years of retirement. We can see here that her overall portfolio scores a 43 out of 100. Her asset class breakdown is 52% stock, 9% bonds, and 38% other, which is a 5-year multi-year guarantee annuity at 5.5% per year. You can also see here that each separate account has its own risk score. Under the overall score, you can see that her average annual return is 8.15% per year. This is great information, but the real question is, with this specific investment allocation, what does she stand to lose if we go into a recession next year or her first full year of retirement? Under stress tests, we can see several scenarios and their outcomes, but I want to focus on the third scenario, the if a financial crisis were to happen again. This models what occurred between October 15, 2007 and March 2, 2009, where the S&P 500 lost 53.1% of its value. If that occurred again, Kathy would lose 28.6%, or roughly $263,000 of her $1 million. This information is crucial because we need to ensure that she can succeed, even in the worst case scenario. Okay, with that information, let's go back to our flagship software and start to run some Monte Carlo analysis to see how she fares. Again, we're looking for an 85% success rate or higher. You can see the percentage of success down here and the total portfolio assets left here. And now it's time to stress test. We can see here that if she takes her Social Security benefit at age 67 and lives to age 95 at her desired expenses, and there's no major bear market upon retirement, she has a 100% chance of success. This means that 1,000 of the 1,000 different stock market scenarios ran were successful. That's not my concern though, as most of our clients will be totally fine if they can avoid a recession in their first 5 years of retirement. We need to make sure that Kathy can survive that. Okay, so if she loses 29% next year, her chances of success go from 100% all the way down to 87%. This is due to the sequence of returns risk. Remember, we already bucketed her money, so she's not taking undue risk going into retirement. Okay, now let's test different Social Security ages. I want to start with her taking it at age 62 because that's the purpose of the video, right? We want to see if Kathy should take her benefits at the earliest possible age. But before we can answer this question, we need to realize that Kathy's investments are not based on her taking Social Security at 62. They're based on her waiting until full retirement age. So clearly, if she starts taking benefits earlier, right, at 62, she will need less money from her investments during the first 5 years of retirement, meaning that she can actually take more risk in her investments. We account for that here in Riskalyze and increase her stock position from 52% to 63%. This increases her average annual return from 8.15% on average to 9.05% on average. This, of course, increases her bear market loss in 2025 from 28.6% to 36.3%, or $333,000 potentially lost. Okay, now let's go back to eMoney to run the Monte Carlos. All right, we want to remember that if she waits to pull Social Security at full retirement age or age 67, her Monte Carlo success with a bear market next year is 87%. If she pulls at 62 with the more aggressive investment allocation, her chances of success reduce to 72, which is below the 85 that we need to feel good about her financial plan. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, what if she just left her allocation as is, right? More conservative. We can see here that if she just changed her Social Security age to 62, she would still only have a 72% chance of success, a little higher bucket of money, but still the same percentage, so it doesn't have a significant effect on her outcome. Remember, we have her living to age 95 here. Because we can glean that a higher life expectancy favors delaying Social Security benefits, I want to now look at her scores if we assume that she dies at age 85. Here we see that her chances of success increase to 90%, which makes perfect sense, right? If she delays her benefits until age 65, her chances of success increase from 90 to 94%. If she waits until age 69 and 1 month, which was indicated on her Social Security maximization report, her chances of success also increase from 90 to 94%. So in this case, her chances of success are identical, whether she takes her benefits at 65 or 69 and 1 month. So clearly waiting until 70, when her life expectancy is only 85, is not as helpful. What we can conclude here is that if she only lives to age 85, which, guys, is only the average life expectancy for a woman at age 65, this means that 50% of women will live longer, so I'm being pretty conservative in this analysis, okay? So if she lives to 85, taking her benefit at age 65 is the minimum age that gives her the highest chance of financial success, as it gives her a bigger cash cushion to take on unexpected expenses. This implies that she should not take her benefits at age 62. Now, what about long-term care? We can see here that if Kathy takes her benefits at age 62 and needs long-term care at $8,000 per month indexed at 3% a year between her ages 85 and 88 before passing away, including selling her home for the current value of $500,000 to help fund her care costs, which is a very common scenario, her chances of success reduce to 76%. Which is below the 85% floor that we really like to see. If she delays benefits to age 65, her chances of success increase to 82%. In fact, in this scenario, she would need to delay benefits to her full retirement age, or age 67, to get that 85% minimum score. Now, Kathy needs to determine how much weight she wants to give a long-term care event. If she's not as concerned, maybe she should pull benefits as early as age 65. However, each month she waits between 65 and 67 will increase her cash cushion for unexpected expenses, such as long-term care. As we can see, even though her Social Security maximization report advised 69 in 1 month, we can see that with her specific financial picture, she didn't need to wait that long to have a great retirement plan. In summary, your chance of financial success in retirement can rely heavily on what you decide to do with Social Security. Now you know the exact process to follow when you are looking to optimize your Social Security timing. This process can be taken and applied to your own situation so that you can understand how to maximize your benefit in a way that aligns to your goals. However, there are going to be nuances that come up in your specific situation that I can't cover in this short video. So if you want a team of professionals to analyze your situation and create an optimal plan that's completely tailored to you, click the link in the description. It will take you to a page where you can book a completely free consultation with us where we can begin to help you build the retirement of your dreams.